Good morning, and welcome to our November 23rd PZM Essentials webinar. My name is Dan Bahe. I'm one of the Precision Business Clinic specialists, and today we're going to be covering navigating the Share Data for Processing page. To run through our agenda, we're going to have our introduction. We're going to navigate to the Share Data for Processing page, and then review and demonstrate how to share data for processing, and then we'll follow up with any questions anyone might have. I first want to mention that we are in Q&A mode, so if you do have a question, please type your question underneath the chat box below my contact information. You can email me at djbahe@agsolver.com, or you can give me a call. My cell phone number is 319-238-1978. Now we'll hop into Profit Zone Manager and Sharing Data for Processing page. So right now, I'm just on the basic AgSolver website. If we click on the Sign In button up at the top right-hand page, this will bring us to our login page. And at the very bottom of our login page is we have our links where we can go to the home page, our products page, pricing, story, and then at the very bottom we have our shared data for processing. If we go ahead and click on this, and this is where, say I want to send in my yield information, any as-applied data that I might have, and I want the AgSolver team to process this data and to put it in my account for me rather than having myself process the machine data. So all we have to do is first enter in our email address. We will name our enterprise Dan Bahe Farms, where we want our data to be uploaded. We'll have, say we'll upload 1 year of yield data, and if we have any as applied data, and then we can click next. Or actually we'll put in 0. And then click next. And this is where we simply just drag and drop those files that we want uploaded. So I'm going to select Choose Files. And for this, I'll go and navigate to the desktop. And I'll click on, and we'll upload our 2016 yield data. So I'm just uploading our entire file from our yield monitor. On this file, there's about 1,300 acres with about 6 years of data, and depending on your internet connection speed, along with how big that file is, will be dependent on the upload time. This is a rather large file, and so you can see it's taking a bit longer to upload. But once it's uploaded, the data is then in the hands of the data processing team, where they will put this yield data as applied data into your account. So really, it's a fairly fast and simple process. Now, while this is loading and while we wait, we'll open up the floor for any questions anyone might have regarding this process. It's simple, straightforward. Just navigate to the sign-in page and then scroll down to the very bottom of the page where you see Share Data for Processing. Click on that, enter in your email, enterprise name, along with how many years of yield data that you might have, or how many years of as applied data that you might have. And if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email or give me a call. My cell phone number is 309-238-1978. I'd be more than happy to go over any features with you within Profit Zone Manager. And I also want to mention that once this webinar is completed, it will be posted onto our AgSolver YouTube page, where you can go and rewatch this webinar and all of our webinars for that instance. And so in our next webinar at 11 o'clock is our intermediate planning webinar, where we're going to be going over soybean seed treatment, where we're going to be looking at planting seed without a fungicide and insecticide treatment, and then with a 50 bushel yield goal, along with a scenario where we're looking at applying seed treatment of fungicide and insecticide with a yield goal at 60 bushel, and then applying a seed treatment of fungicide and insecticide along with applying a seed treatment for sudden death on soybeans with a yield goal of 65 bushel. So I want to invite you to our webinar at 11 o'clock today. So and you can see we're already at 12%, and this is a rather large file for as many years of data that we have on it. I believe we're going back 5 or 6 years worth of data. But I want to thank you for joining our November 23rd PZM Essentials webinar, Navigating the Share Data for Processing page. I want to thank you for joining our webinar, and have a happy Thanksgiving.